Okay, I'm moving eastbound on lead. This is a trip to the closest movie theater, which is located at Central and First Street, which I guess would be defined as the heart of Albuquerque. It's definitely the center, and it's probably the oldest part, other than there's a section called Old Town. Uh, I'll mention that there was a bike up against the fence there. It's been there for a while, maybe 2 years that I know of. I don't have the details. If any of you guys are interested, I could always go back and film a little bit about it. But anyhow, so much for that. Right now, I'm doing a little bit of a hill climb. For most people, most bike riders, this is probably just enough to work up your breath a little bit and get warmed up. For me, it's a major struggle. And since I'm carrying about 100 pounds more than the average bike rider, I'm doing more work for the same speed. Compound that by my advanced age. Kind of advanced. Depends on how you look at it. It's enough I can't work that I'm retired. The hill we're going to go up is Knob Hill. This is not the highest part. If we went south on Carlisle, which is a north-south road here, we could probably go farther up the hill. But it's high enough for me. Got stopped for cross traffic, but taking my time and catching my breath. It's a house across the street. Take a good look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Incredibly well taken care of. And right up there in the green is a bus stop. Bus moves west on lead, the same direction that we're going, and lead's a one-way street. My speed going downhill is only limited by my courage. So For a bicycle, this is pretty decent speed. Okay, this street is Girard. The prior video, I went up to Girard and flipped to you, but we're way south of Central right now. And we're going almost due west. As you notice, most of the speed limits that you've seen are posted at 30, but a big chunk of traffic out here drives 50. You'll be able to spot which ones are going 50 and which ones are doing 30. We're coming up on some road work up here ahead. You can see the flashing lights. The guys set up barriers, but there were nowhere. The workers were nowhere to be seen. Lead takes a little turn. It's kind of an S turn. This intersection is Yale, and if you go north on Yale, you wind up at the University of New Mexico. It'll be at Central and Yale. And here we are, corrected and back on our west course. Buena Vista, Spanish, means beautiful view. Although they flip it back the other way around, so it's view beautiful. Up in front of us is a freeway. It's Freeway 25 that goes north and south. And north of here, it intersects with Freeway 40 that goes east and west. And it cuts Albuquerque into 4 squares. And on the addresses, you'll see each square, like SE for southeast or north, NE for northeast. Kind of an interesting thing as part of the address, which quadrant of the town that you're in. So when we go under this freeway, we're not on the east side anymore, we're on the west side. I guess it would be southwest. This bike rider caught up to me at the stop sign back to a stoplight, and he was so quiet I didn't know he was there. And of course, now we're going. He passed me, and he's going to show me how fast he is going downhill. I'm about to come up on Broadway, and I'm going to make a north turn because if I kept going west, I'd have to go over an overpass that goes over the railroad, and it's just unnecessary effort to climb that and then roll down the other side. So we're going to turn here and go north on Broadway until we hit Central. I'm going to cut across the street in a second and make a left turn up here at an intersection, trying to avoid the lights and all the traffic up there at Broadway and Central. Didn't make it. Bad luck. Light at Central turned green, and I'm going to wait for all the traffic. Still, I think I'm probably ahead of the game. Here we go. And it's sidewalk time again. It says east on Central. It's really west on Central. I've got to fix that. You won't see it. It'll say west on Central. Now we're going under an underpass. This is railroad tracks going over the top. It's not cars. And on the left, which you can't see, is the major bus station for not only the city buses, but I think for a whole bunch of other things. And I also think it's kind of an opening for people getting off the train too. Pretty big deal. And we'll just barely see it. I'm going to turn here and you'll see the theater I'm going to right there. I imagine at one time this was a grand theater, but now this part of town is kind of not considered the best part of town. And so the theater's not that full, which I like, and the prices are really cheap compared to other theaters.